The police chief is now out of a job after that controversial video of a deadly shooting. Now the Attorney General in Illinois calling for the U.S. Justice Department to investigate whether Chicago police broke federal law. ABC's Alex Perez reports.
Tonight, amid the rising tension in this city, Chicago's top cop out of a job. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel bowing to public pressure, shaking up his administration, dumping the city's top cop, Gary McCarthy.
He has become an issue rather than dealing with the issue, and a distraction.
The fallout comes on the heels of the release last week of that shocking dash cam video. Investigators say it shows the Chicago police officer Jason Van Dyke shooting 17-year-old Laquan McDonald. 16 shots in 15 seconds. Van Dyke, who argues he fired his weapon because he feared for his life, was released on bond Monday night. A second dash cam video shows police pursuing McDonald as he runs through a Burger King parking lot moments before he was shot. These images, obtained by ABC News, show an officer in the restaurant shortly after the shooting. The Burger King district manager alleges officers deleted video from at least one of the restaurant's several cameras. But investigators who reviewed the surveillance video say forensic testing of the system shows video was not tampered with. Both sides agree the cameras would not have captured the shooting.
Chicago Mayor Emanuel also announcing a new police accountability task force will review excessive force cases and problem officers. The U.S. Defense Secretary.
Let's analyze this. He feared for his life. The guy's turned around backwards. So how the fuck was this person a threat to his life? This is a case of dirty cops covering up other cops. Now, what about the Burger King video? All they had to do was just move the fucking cameras and say, hey, there ain't no way that the cameras could have seen it. That's so fucking simple, it's incredible. Now, Jodi Arias, this is back, I think it was 2005 or something like that, when cameras were not really that sophisticated. She murdered Travis Alexander. And she figured, hey, all I got to do is to delete the pictures on my camera, and they'll never be able to recover them. Well, through forensics evidence, they was able to be able to recover it. And so the truth of the matter is, I bet the same thing was on that. Now, this guy gets, I think, a $1.5 million bail. What's that to the cops? They've got something that's called a cops union. All they got to do, it doesn't matter how much it is. It could be $3 million. It could be $10 million. Cops across the United States, right or wrong, we'll provide bail for you. So this is further proof that the rich man bailed. The rich man can have his mouthpiece attorney scream Constitution. The poor man can't. So, and then on top of that, I find it awfully interesting that it took a year for them to do a motherfucking investigation on this shit. I can guarantee you that if it had been the other way around and somebody shot somebody from 300 feet away, a cop or something like that, there would be no 1 year's investigation on that. Now we got to ask the question on who's the one that tried to keep the video from surfacing? Who tried to cover it up? There's a lot more shit than what's being let on. In my area, hey, I've had a cop put false charges on me. Yeah. Well, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, Larissa Scott of Channel 13, Panama City, Florida, I'd say about 5 days ago, I'm going to take a guess, I was at Panama City Mall, I gave her my oath of arrest and prosecution. I ain't heard nothing in the fucking newspapers. This mysterious paper showed up, shows how we can get rid of dirty cops and put them in prison. Well, tomorrow I plan on calling Rob Emanuel Lewis, I believe his name is, of Chicago, the mayor. I think he's the mayor. And I'm going to present to him. I'm going to see about getting his email for correspondence, and I'm going to also see about getting him to download a PDF format, portable documents file of the oath of arrest and prosecution. So then now they'll have no motherfucking excuse whatsoever. But see, here's the thing. Cops have got ways that they can indirectly murder somebody. All they got to do, cops know enough dirty motherfuckers day in and day out. All they got to do is say, hey, we don't like this guy. We'll look the other way. Back in 2007, I had a motherfucker pull a knife out on me. For 10 years, I believe the cops were instigating him, encouraging him to fucking try to kill me. Yeah, the motherfucker, even one time, he said, if I ever find you in the woods one day, you just might not wake up. Gee whiz, is that a nightmare, or is that the nightmare to end all nightmares? So see, cops, they have got a million different ways that they can get back at somebody. They can put false charges on somebody. See, Americans don't realize it, but they're controlled through misdemeanors. Loitering and prowling, disorderly conduct, trespassing, disturbing the peace, all these different things. And then, see, here's the thing. When they put these fucking charges on you, harassing phone calls, yeah, I got a charge on that, harassing phone calls, Florida Statute 365 of Florida Statutes. Yeah, I beg the judge, please don't drop them motherfucking charges. Please don't drop them charges. I got that motherfucker right where I want him. Well, guess what happened? The fucking charges got fucking dropped. June 15, 2015. I was looking at possibly losing my freedom. But I'll tell you what. Shane R. Van knew I was going to, verbally only in court, I was going to kick his ass and put that motherfucker in prison. Because I knew the laws to do it. Shane R. Van knew I knew too. Prosecutor knew too. Lying prosecutor, Brittany Forrester. But I think that's one of the qualifications before you can get out of the Florida bar. They probably got to pass a bar, get drunk as possible, kill their conscience, and then we've got something that's called the grand jury. The grand jury, what I've read in the grand jury, any triable offense anybody can demand a grand jury. That means some homeless person quietly drinking a beer, not bothering nobody, has a right to demand a grand jury. Somebody accused of trespassing, he has a right to demand a grand jury. No, but the grand jury is basically used by the prosecutor and the cops basically to protect dirty cops. Eric Garner, who was choked to death in Staten Island, New York, they used a grand jury and said, I guess they must get some dumb motherfuckers, that's all I got to say. Can't figure it out. The guy didn't have a jacket on his arm. His arm was bare when he fucking crushed the cartilage in his fucking throat. Just like, what about in South Carolina, I think it was, where this guy Walter Scott, I think, got shot in the back. And then on top of that, the guy drops the taser down. And the facts are, the guy was scared to even show the video, and I can understand it. He probably feared retaliation, and he was even going to erase it. And then there was somebody named Brian, I think it was, if I'm not correct. She was a female that mysteriously dies in a fucking jail in Texas. And it all started when this guy said, "You want to put your cigarette out?" She said, "I'm in my own car. You don't have to tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do." So what happened was, he got a fucking attitude. And basically, cops don't like it, even though they call themselves public servants. The biggest motherfucking lie. They call themselves public servants. But when anybody from the member of the public wants them to do something, boy, they get a motherfucking attitude. Just like recently, I begged for the lives of our ambulance and fire department people to get rid of these fucking boom cars. I called the Florida Highway Patrol over and over and over, and I told them, "I got you on speed dial. Hang up on me, I'll call you back again." And yet, these boom cars, cops love them. They know automatically it's going to cause the general population to be unrest, to be on their edge all the time, to be more likely to, where they normally would have patience, they don't have it because they don't realize these boom cars, they affect the nerves of people. So, the truth of the matter is, cops have got so many different ways. They've got ways of where they can signal to a boom car. All they got to do is turn on their radar. Boom car punk's going to hear them a long time ago. Not only that, the fucking idiot-ass goddamn fucking cops, I don't know why they're not required to cover their cars up at all times at their homes. Yeah, I agree they should have their car there to get out there for emergency response, but they should protect themselves and cover the cars at their home. But the reason why they don't do that is because the cops know that the boom cars know that if they boom their car right near a cop's house, they know they're going to be fucked up. So, the truth of the matter is, and then when I call tomorrow, I have, as a matter of fact, there's, here in Panama City, I went to so-called bullshit dying in Panama City, Florida. Janice Lucas was there. Running for representative, Jerry Causey was there. And I tried to pass out my flyer, my PDF of arrest and prosecution. I tried to get them to download it on their smartphone, and they wouldn't even do that. Just like I asked this person at Channel 13, please, just push the button, download it. They wouldn't even do it. And you know what? They're of color. This is awfully funny. The same people that are, not only that, they're females. And United States Code Title IX is what gave them the right to have their job in the first place. So the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of people who depend on this shit stirring because that's where their business is.